YouTuber named Henry Resilient?
I don't know, but people have been saying his name. I hear he's awful.
So Karen Ashley recently was caught at a con. I don't know when this was taken. I don't even know where this was at. This just popped into my DMs, okay? Here's the thing with Karen Ashley. I'm not oblivious to the fact that at one point in time, her playing the Yellow Ranger meant a lot to a lot of people, especially like if you was some, young black girl growing up, you likely looked up to Karen Ashley. You likely looked up to her. He was like, oh, something happened. There go Karen Ashley. You likely looked up to her. You was like, oh man, I like Karen. It's good to see a black person on TV, a black female on TV. You may have been brown. It's like, oh, this is the first time I'm going to see it. That is great. You know what I'm saying? And she a Libra too. That explains a lot. But, shout out to Karen Ashley. And surprisingly, I never had no issues with Karen Ashley. However, when I did the stream on the order, and how the money just miraculously went missing because they paid for locations and some people were upset. I mean, if you go to the comments, hey, any updates? Been quite a while. Look, it's 28 days ago. Oh, don't worry. You're about to hear the tape. These are people who may not be going to cons, who may not be on the internet like that. Maybe they just don't.
Comment.
You said what?
The one under it. The comment under it.
A shame. 1,600 backers had over $100,000 collectively taken from them and no updates or apologies. Would be nice to get an update at some point. These are the people back in the day. When is this happening? Well, it's never happening. And apparently the update that most people got, or the reimbursement that some experienced, was nothing more than a pizza party. A pizza party and tickets to Ranger Stop Atlanta, which cost actually her nothing out of pocket to give you these tickets. And pizza is probably the cheapest meal. I think they also
gave away like some T-shirts and stuff.
Okay.
Almost sure they did.
So, I mean, if I donated $1,000 and was anticipating being in the order as a cameo, which is what they promised, and I got a pizza party and probably VIP tickets to Ranger Stop, I may be upset or I may be happy. I'm sure it's going to differ from everybody. But with that being said, a fan, which I implore all you guys to do, if you ever come across them and you ask them questions, hot mic they ass, record them. Because what will happen is they'll tell you things here privately, or what they think is privately, and then publicly say something completely different. So shout out to this person for doing the work and getting the recording. So without further ado, guys, let's hear what Karen Ashley thinks about me.
Hello, do you know a YouTuber named Henry Resilient?
I don't know, but people have been saying his name. I hear he's awful.
She hears I'm awful. Now, she doesn't know me, but she blocked me on, I'm blocked on Instagram. I think I'm blocked on Twitter. She's blocked me pretty much on all social media platforms, but she doesn't know me. Let's keep that in mind. She don't know me, but she blocked me.
Hello, do you know a YouTuber named Henry Resilient?
I don't know, but people have been saying his name. I hear he's awful.
Yesterday, he was something about you.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. Apparently, they some kind of scandal of like the war.
No, I don't care about what that guy has to say. He don't know me. He don't know our team. So it's like if he just wants to.
Now, she says she don't care what I have to say. I find that to be a lie. I think she's lying. I think she cares exactly what I have to say. Because prior to me covering what happened with the money, with the order, and, everything that this shit show right here, no, people have pretty much forgotten about it. It was off to the wayside. But now sometimes people come across my content and new people are coming across and they're like, yo, whatever happened to the order? As you see, even on this page, these comments are saying, hey, any updates? This is within this year. But, she's about to go a little deeper into what she thinks about me and what I have to say.
Yeah, if he just wants to get attention because he likes to shock people.
Because he was like, we're going to make a movie, and then
right.
150K was given to you.
It wasn't given to me. We went all the way the week before the movie. It stalled because SAG basically stopped us. And so, but we paid for all the locations, we paid for all the stuff. So when that happens and you can't shoot, they don't give you your money back. So we were very transparent with all the fans. And if that were the case, they would be pissed at me, but nobody's mad with him. But yeah, he's talking about me, talking about everybody. Walter.
You've heard it before.
I've heard some things. I haven't watched any of it, but I heard. But I don't care. I don't give a shit what that dude. He ain't nobody. And it's like, I was like, if that's what you do with your life, like, okay.
Now, that is the recording. That is not the whole recording. That's not the whole recording. Because when it comes to the order, she had some very choice things to say about people who donated. And what she said about people who donated, everyone knew the donations were non-refundable. So they should have read the fine print. However, if you take my money on the anticipation I'm going to get like maybe a collector's shirt, a print, or be in the goddamn movie, and then I don't, and you say, well, hey man, you should have read the fine print. You know it's not refundable. I might be really pissed off, especially when you take a stance like that. And then to throw the whole entire blame on SAG as if every penny of this right here, every penny went to location, I'm going to say that might just be a little bit of cap. Also, not to mention with a film like this, with so many people involved, you have to remember when they started this back in 2016 and it finally came to fruition and they met their goal, all the other Power Rangers had leveled up. They were getting bags after bags every fucking weekend. And you telling me they're about to stop getting that bag on the weekend to come film this fucking B-level movie for the fans? I'm going to say that's going to be a big hell fucking no. So there's also a rumor that people knew this film was never coming to fruition. And there's allegedly some proof out there. I don't have the proof. I haven't heard the proof, but I heard the fucking story. And it came from a very credible source. But her coming at me saying I'm a nobody, I'm this, I'm that. Remember, guys, I don't do this full time. This is not my life. This is not my
your livelihood.
job. It's not my livelihood. This is extra income I do when I don't have my daughter. This is how I fill my time. But I think she is lying. She is well aware of me because she blocked me. And she don't want to talk about the order.
I don't know someone, but then say, yeah, he's talking about me and Walter. Well, you're just a walking contradiction.
And here's the thing. I talked about her, I talked about Walter, I talked about Austin. Haven't said anything about pretty much anyone else. And she didn't want to say Austin St. John's name. And you want to know why she doesn't say nothing about Austin St. John? Primarily because she's doing business with Austin St. John. She is going to be with him at Fan Expo in Chicago in August, provided he's not going to be in jail. Now, I don't think he is. I don't think he's going to jail till whatchamacallit. Now, ironically, and I don't care who you guys' political affiliation is, she was very happy that Trump was found guilty. She was so ecstatic. Guilty, guilty, guilty. She's liking posts with 34 guilties on it saying, oh, Trump is guilty. Now, when Austin St. John pled guilty, they accepted his goddamn plea of guilty, she had not one fucking thing to say. And she probably never will.
She didn't say anything about the Hitler comments.
Nothing.
Silence. Just throwing it out there. But I think that she is not smart in her business manner, right? It's one thing, yes, you do donate. And I think it was, what is it, Indiegogo or something? Was it an Indiegogo or was it a kick?
It was an Indiegogo, but here's the thing: no one is giving her money anymore, and the people who are a part of it are pissed off that it never came to fruition, considering they staked their livelihoods that she was going to deliver, and she didn't. So people like David Yost is like, I can't do any fan-funded projects because of this shit.
And it's you brought something up very, very that I'm. Yes, would they have all given up their weekends to make that movie? No, I 100% agree with that. They wouldn't have. A lot of them don't even want to go to the Power Ranger reunion shows because they say they're not making enough money to cover, like, they don't want to lose the shows because they're going to lose money, and the Power Ranger franchise doesn't pay enough. Instead of going and doing the shows, being more popular, because now they're back in the limelight. So, do I think what you said? Do I think that they knew that it wasn't going to be made? I think so. I think they knew. I think at least the top people knew. Let's not add other people, because I know a lot of people were just not in the know. And the problem is that then, okay, she's saying that people didn't care. People, knew what's going to happen. But does that make it right? No. Like, okay, you brought up SAG stopped it. But then you guys mentioned that you guys going to do a comic book, and not even that came out. So don't keep promising things that you cannot deliver, because that's why you are where you are. Karen would have, if she was had better, I guess, I'm not even going to say her because she's not an agent. But if she had a better agent, a better publicist, you remember how Amy Jo told Austin to
You
get
need a publicist? Yes.
if
Yeah.
she would have banked the first female African American Ranger, she would have made bank. She would have been. I really feel like she's not liked, not for her not because of her character, but people don't like her because of how she acts.
Damn.
And that sucks, because that means that you're not a likable person. Period. I mean, I would have at least been like, hey, I know you guys didn't get it. I promise a comic book. Bring out the comic book.
Comic book ain't coming. It was
Never will.
movie, then it was gonna be a show, then it was gonna be a comic. She didn't deliver shit for you guys but a pizza party and some tickets to a Ranger Stop Atlanta. And shout out to my man Dave, who dropped the bag and said, I looked on IMDb and saw the order was he is directed by Nick Gillard, the same Nick Gillard who did the stunt choreography of lightsaber fights for the Star Wars prequel films. Interesting. I think that name could have just been there for posterity's sake, because the film never came out. I don't think he got to direct anything. I don't think so. And as I was saying,
he did, the trailer. That's it. That's all he did.
By the time they got all this money, you were never going to get all of these people for a weekend to film a movie. You know why? Because Comic-Cons pay more. They got schedules. So how was it going to happen? Like, logistically, how is it going to happen? Austin St. John is hot as fish grease, coming back home, making bank every weekend. He's going to stop taking that bag. And the reason SAG likely shut him down, maybe they were doing this shit free. Like, oh, we got SAG memberships, but we going to do it for free because it's our project. Who knows? I'm speculating. I don't know. But, the money did go missing, and it was for all locations, and they don't give refunds on locations, and they had to fight SAG and blah, blah, blah. People don't care. No one fucking trusts Karen Ashley. After this, other than people going to Ranger Stop, Ranger Stop is going to happen. Every year, it's a pretty good event.
Ranger Stop already had a history, right? So it doesn't matter if she came in when Ranger Stop already had a history of doing these shows. Mike, who is the owner of the Orlando show and I guess in business with Karen, is well known in the Power Ranger community, and his shows deliver. Other than Power Morphicon, it's Ranger Stop. You know what I mean? So she doesn't help the name.
Oh.
The name helps her.
Facts. Right? I mean, she's always been the tag on Ranger. She needs hey, I need to be with Austin St. John so people would come. You're not probably going to get that big draw, And, this is no slight. The numbers are the numbers. All right? Numbers are the numbers. She's not the biggest draw when it comes to Comic-Con conventions. She's just not. And I don't think she ever will be. Francis said it could be mismanagement of her brand, but it's just not in the cards. And her going up against me in this clip right here, she don't understand that sometimes I clip stuff just for the sake of clipping it, for history purposes. And I don't care if it makes 1 penny, but I know you're going to watch it.
I hate that everyone, whenever they mention you, they say it's for clout.
Oh
or for
God.
tension or for shocking. How that means they only come and see your videos, firing your videos, because I'm 100% sure these don't make you money, right? These don't make aren't the ones that break your bank, right?
I appreciate the donations, but
Of course, but what I'm
XQC
saying
and
is
Adept is the fucking money makers right
exactly
there.
this is a passion thing for you, right?
Yeah,
And then what I find hilarious is no one knows who you are, right? No one knows who you are, but yet one, she blocked you. That's
I'm
one.
blocked. Yes.
If you let me tell you, like again, like I said earlier, if I were on the other end, right, and you were talking shit about me all the time, not shit. Let me rephrase it. If you were exposing me all the time, right, for my dumb mistakes, I would never acknowledge you. You would be like a zero to the left. I would never, not even people were like, Henry, I'm like, what?
Acknowledge
I don't even
me.
need to go on YouTube. Like, it would never, ever, like, I would, even if you pissed me off, right? I would never acknowledge you. I would never block you. I would let you stay there. Because the minute you block, you're acknowledging me that you know. And it's funny because a lot of them, right? You would post a stream and we would say, I'm going to give you an example, right? Austin, we said, oh, about those shirts being like my son could do it type of thing. And what, like 2 weeks later or a week later, he added AI pictures on it.
I
Like
know.
you're literally responding to whatever we're saying. Anything. This is not the first time. There's a lot of things that we have said on stream or you have said alone. I'm including myself because
We got
let's
a
face
hater
it,
in the
we're
chat.
like the two hate mongers here that we say, and then magically they post something not directly responding to you, but kind of like, oh, the shirts are made in MS Paint, and all of a sudden they're adding AI, or you say like, um, Austin is or Karen isn't this, and then she responds with something, or they'll suddenly be like, we don't know who they are. What are you talking about? Oh God.
Acknowledge
Come
me.
on.
Look,
I'm
they know who
sure
I am.
Has Brent seen her? Because if Brent has seen her, you know for a fact Brent has told her about you. So that's like a lie. 100%, because you're blocked for a reason. I mean, I might be blocked after this. If I'm blocked after this, then you know they saw the stream.
I would have
I'm all
like one.
your
I
friends on Facebook.
I know what my Ranger numbers look like, and I know when other people are watching. When I know I got a different audience in here. It's usually about 50 people. I do it, and we kick back and we have a good time. But when I see about 100, maybe 150 in here, I'm like, oh, their
And
audience is in here.
because you told me that too. My stream, you're like, oh, your stream. I was like, what?
Oh yeah,
How
yeah.
you know? I don't know.
I
I was like,
was
how
looking
do
at
you
the
know?
numbers. I'm like, oh, you had over 100 people watching. Chances are it was one of them, their team. Some people be in there, but that is neither here nor there. And we got a donation who said, why did the Yellow Rangers start wearing hats? Because even the Power Coin couldn't stop that receding hairline. Goddamn. Sometimes lace front wigs would do that to you, man. It's a lot of sisters who lost their edges to the lace fronts back in the day.
I wonder what Brent